Ironic that the business crowd and councillors that pushed the business park were too dim-witted to realize that financing such a large project would hurt Guelph's credit rating. Another blunder by this council, another bad business decision. Maybe this council should take a business class before they lecture protesters on economics. After all, only 2 years ago, many of these councillors were just hippie citizens, definitely not economists.
The Hanlon Creek Business Park is unanimously supported by the City Council. It has involved decision-making from 4 terms of council and a good part of Peter Cartwright's life. There's been a lot of discussion about this project over the past several months. Some of that discussion has been accurate and balanced, but a lot of it has not been. So this evening I'd like to provide some facts for the record. This development will create good local jobs, about 10,000 of them. That means more Guelphites will be able to live and work in our community instead of commuting. And we won't need to sprawl outside our boundaries to accommodate our job targets under places to grow. This will be a new kind of business park with an environmental design that is a model for others across Ontario. Its design comes after nearly a decade of studies and consultation. Key features include the protection of the heritage maple grove, restoration of 10 acres of meadowland, protection of the provincially significant wetlands, and restoring its connection in its core, protection of groundwater quantity and quality, and increasing the tree canopy from approximately 26% to 35%. Sometimes I'm asked why council simply can't reopen this project and start again. The answer is quite simple. In 2006, the Ontario Municipal Board Minutes of Settlement were signed by the City and a number of other parties. The City of Guelph is legally bound to meet its obligations under this agreement. And there are other obligations as well which we cannot ignore. We have committed millions of dollars to this project, dollars that we plan to recoup through the sale of city-owned lands in the business park. In essence, this project is about balance and fairness. Building a balanced tax base brings fairness and affordability to residential taxpayers. Growing local jobs means that investments we make today are fair to our children in the future. Respecting all voices and balancing different points of view ensures a fair and democratic decision-making process.
The mayor told the stupid protesters that they were hijacking the democratic process. So what did the mayor and council do? They one-upped them. They voted on this at council on Monday with no opportunity to comment on it or even talk about it.
13 elected members of City Council voted for this project, in many stages over 4 terms. I think the fact that so many of you have come out on a chilly October evening to celebrate this groundbreaking speaks volumes about the level of support of this project in the community. No one likes conflict, and so I particularly want to express my appreciation for you coming here tonight. For those of us here who have dedicated a significant portion of our lives to democratic principles of inclusiveness and engagement, we find the circumstances under which we are required to meet tonight uncomfortable and troubling. This is regretfully an invitation-only event. And while those aren't unusual, it was required for us to have an invitation-only event. Healthy debate and dissent is one thing. However, when it crosses the line, there are real repercussions when illegal activities, harassment, and even the perception of intimidation attempt to undermine the democratic process and community decision-making, and why we can only ever have zero tolerance for this type of behavior in a civil society. So once again, thank you very much for coming, and I'll pass back to you.